Hey, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. I got a very, very cool pepper to eat today. I'm going to explain to you guys why it's significant. But the first order of business, I want everybody that's watching this, I don't care if you know who I'm talking about or not, let's all please say happy birthday to Debbie in the chat. I love Charlie Mullins and Mary Mullins. They're like family to me. And Debbie is Charlie's mom. And it's Charlie's mom's birthday today. So happy birthday, Debbie. I hope you have a wonderful day. You have a great son. You did a great job. You got a great daughter-in-law, but we hope it's a special day for you, Debbie. All right. So Joe Emery, I got a box of pods from him. I want to thank Jeff Remmert for helping making this happen. 9 rings, hot pepper. This is their really kind of cool. Kind of cool looking. Anyway, Joe grew some peppers, and some are very significant. Let me show you first and foremost what I mean. All right, so these 2 peppers. This is a Remmert pod, and this is a Deadpool. Same pepper, just different color phases. I'm gonna cut them in half. And I'm going to pair half of this with half of this and see what that tastes like. I think it's going to be a really cool video. I was going to do that today until I went through the rest of the box of peppers. So, some amazing peppers here. This is a gasoline. Will you please look at the size and the shape of this pepper? Look at the bumps and the spikes all over it. It's just a ridiculous pepper. I'm excited about eating this one. Wait till you see them all. It's absurd, really. Hang on. This is a mustard reaper. Have you ever seen a mustard reaper this big? Kind of a strange phenotype, but look at that tail. This is a mustard reaper. This is a peach mazma. Just bumpy and pimply and just incredible looking. Let me see. Very cool Leviathan, gnarly Leviathan scorpion. It looks like you could drive that spike through your heart and do you in with it. What a crazy pepper. This is a Tiger Reaper, which is kind of cool. This is an incredible chocolate primatale. This is a vicious red. I mean, just amazing. And then the last one I'm going to show you before I get into the pepper I'm going to eat today. This is a peach, a vicious peach. All right, but the monster I'm eating today is a 25-gram chocolate boula. This is the biggest chocolate boula I have ever seen in my life. Never seen one bigger in pictures, never seen one bigger in my hand, and I obviously have never eaten one this big. This is 25 grams. The weight of this is insane. I'm gonna cut this open, I'm gonna take a picture of it. More than likely, the interior of this is gonna be the thumbnail. I'm not quite sure what it looks like. So you're gonna have to bear with me while I take a quick picture, but this is kind of how I do things here. What an amazing pepper. Just one more time before I cut it. First of all, look at the bumps. There's spikes all over it. Little bumpy little knobs like here and here. Just incredible pepper. It looks like it's wet. It's just amazing. All right, so here we go. Wow. Wow. It is so oily. Ah, I can't wait to eat this. Wait till you see this, people. Make sure there's no shadow on this. All right, now I'm going to show you. Sorry for the delay. Wait till you see the interior of this. Talk about oily. Holy moly. All right. You ready for the interior reveal? look at that. Do you please note, if you can look right here, look at how oily that vein of capsaicin is. What's happening is when you cut the placenta open, it's bleeding through the placenta. It's just insane. I can't stuff this whole thing in my mouth at once, I don't think. You think I could eat that whole thing at once? I don't know if I could. Should I try to? Now, let me tell you a little bit about this pepper, first of all. Chad Zaleski is the first person who created this. It was an accident. It's a Bhutlah, all right, that was accidentally crossed with a dougla, which is where they got the name Bhutlah. Bhutlah, that's where they got the name from. I don't know if you guys know that. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. But that's where they got the name. Bhutlah is from boot and a dougla, all right? But this is a monster, for real. When this first came on the scene, at the time, the Reaper was the hottest pepper. And there were a lot of people, me included, that thinks that this pepper is hotter. I've had Reapers that were hotter than some of the Bhutlahs that I've had, but I've definitely had chocolate Bhutlahs that were hotter than Reapers I've had too. So, anyhow, here we go. Thank you, Joe Emery. Thank you, Jeff Remmert. And happy birthday, Debbie. I hope your day is going so good. Here's the biggest chocolate boula I've ever seen. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. It's a 2-mouthful. I can nowhere I can stuff the rest of my mouth. Earthy and smoky for real, really smoky. Now I'm eating the whole placenta. And this is where the heat is, so it's going to get a lot hotter with this bite. This bite is way bigger than the last one. My throat's already burning. Wow. All right, now listen, I don't want people to think I'm picking on the Reaper. The reason I'm comparing to the Reaper is that's what the Guinness says is the hottest pepper. This pepper I just ate is hotter than a Reaper. But here's the thing, it's almost an unfair. The average Reaper is like 4 or 5 grams. They're teeny, they're little peppers. That was 25 grams. So the fact that there's so much more pepper mass to that pepper, even if it was a little less hot than the Reaper, because of the amount of it, it's going to feel hotter. That's a hot pepper. It's burning in my throat and my mouth. It's still climbing, but it was very, very smoky. A lot of times there can be bitterness in seeds. When I ate the second half, which contained the whole placenta and all the seeds, there was no real bitterness. It was not floral. It was just super earthy and smoky and just left with a really strong pepper flavor. Chocolate pods have a weird burn, and I'm telling you, there are some of you that have never eaten a chocolate pod, and that's totally okay. You can just watch it. But there are some of you that have eaten chocolate pods, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure I've had the experience where there are pods that are 600,000 or 700,000 that are chocolate that will hurt you and burn you more than a 1.5 million Scoville pepper will. They have a sinister burn. They really just do. My tongue is sizzling now. And now I'm getting this really cool, like a pulsing, kind of like you hit your thumb with a hammer or something, it's got a heartbeat. I'm feeling like a pulsing burn in my tongue. Probably peaked. For a non-chili head, first of all, it would be an impossibility for a non-chili head to eat that, but just because of the sheer size of it. But if they ate a portion of it, it would be a big problem. You know, it really would. It's the weekend. You want to ruin your weekend? That's what we do. Ruin your weekend. If you're a chili head though, and you like hot stuff, this is just a beast. The size of that just changed the whole pepper. If that pepper was 7 grams, it'd be a whole lot easier to tackle. But 25 grams, it's practically an ounce. It's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely on its way down. But boy, for a chili head, because of the size of that and how hot that pepper was, if you are a chili head and this is your thing, there might be there's going to be a few chili heads that will call it a 7, but mostly it's going to be an 8 to a 10. All day, every day. All right, so the next video that you're going to see me do with Joe's peppers is probably going to be this, where I cut these 2 peppers in half, sandwich them together, and try. I've never done that before, so I'm going to do that, I think. But then I'm going to probably review this one also. The spikes and look at the spikes. There's little bumps and spikes all over this thing. Just an incredible pepper. So I'll probably eat this. I can't wait to cut this thing up and see what it looks like. But that was the biggest chocolate boula I ever had. Great pepper. Fantastic burn. Legendary pepper. And a big salute to Chad Selesky for having that happen accidentally in his backyard. Legend for it. That is going to conclude this video. In the description box, you're going to see a link. I'll probably put a link for Joe. I'll find out if he has peppers. If there's no link in the description box, it's because he doesn't have peppers to sell. If he's got peppers to sell, and he's okay about selling them, you're going to see a link in the description box. Right there is the pepper. If you click the pepper, you're riding with me. Okay? If you don't want to miss a video, start by hitting the notification button. But visit us a lot that way, because they don't send notifications out all the time. For instance, yesterday, did a video. A lot of people didn't get a notification. It is what it is. Right there is the Lifeboat, fantastic channel about beating an addiction. Really important. So if you or somebody you know has an addiction, please check that out. You know what it costs you to check that channel out? Please check it out. Life's too short to be shackled. Right there are more videos. What a great pepper. Happy birthday, Debbie. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.